All right, wow, Husky Huddle. I'll have two guests on. Steve Cully, my usual co-host. I'm enjoying my oatmeal. Sorry about that. And I will have on Shane Stafford, UConn legend, that will be on shortly, and we'll also be streaming on Instagram Live. Talking Husky. Let's see, Husky UConn Husky football. UConn Husky football live. Put that on there for anybody that wants to get involved and listen to that. All right, perfect. So let's get the ball rolling. So the UConn Huskies are 8-4, looking for their ninth victory in the bowl game. And let's see if I can. All right, good. I'm gonna add this in here and get this going. Coach Mora has done a fantastic job, and I think what would be apropos here is if, excuse me, Fab. I mean, I'm trying to be a little more healthy here. But apropos that we talk about possible bowl game matchups today. We're going to try to figure out who UConn may play in those matchups and how well do they match up against those teams. And we'll also talk about what UConn needs to do to be able to take that next step. That next step from going to being a team that is on the rise to being a power regionally every year. And then also to becoming a national power like we are in basketball. And I think that there are some big steps that UConn has to make in order to do that. And that is, number one, securing a conference that makes sense for them, because that's going to be a difficult process in general, because basketball will eventually be affected if football does not get into one of those big conferences. So we want to get into that conference, and us continuing to win games and win games like we won this year is key to that. That's a key part to it. So going 8-4, potentially 9-4, is the key aspect to it. And let me look up here possible bowl games for UConn. Let's see what we got here. All right, good. Possible bowl games. Let's see. All right, so let's see. It's funny because when you look on AI, possible bowl games, it just lists their schedule, which Google's AI is a little off. But let's go to the Boneyard and try to get that actual schedule in addition. Let's see what we got here. Let's go. Boneyard usually has it. Okay. Getting phone calls as this is coming in. All right. Here are the bowls that there are projections on. Each one of these are radically different. I want to see, though, who they might play in some of those bowl games. I thought that was listed as well. But here are the possible bowl games. And the Cure Bowl, December 20th at Camping World Stadium in Orlando, Florida. That would be a good one. That's before, I don't know who, I think UCF a lot of times had in that bowl. I don't know who would be in that, a part of that, but I believe that's the old Citrus Bowl. But Cure Bowl, so at Camping World Stadium. So Camping World Stadium, I guess, is the old Citrus Bowl. Boca Raton Bowl, December 18th, which is right around the corner at FAU Stadium in Boca Raton. And let's see here. Then we got first Frisco Bowl. Ooh, Frisco Bowl. Oh, here's one of. Hey, Shane, how's it going?
What's up, Dave?
How you doing, man? Everything good?
Yeah, man. I got caught up running a little bit behind here, obviously. But, yeah, man, it's good.
I was running through the possible bowl game scenarios.
Yeah.
So this was listed on, I guess this was from the Current, and then as possible bowl games, it was listed on the Boneyard, which is like that site, I guess, that has like all the threads. So they had 1, 2, 3, 4, 6 games as possible bowl games. So they had the Cure Bowl, December 20th at Camping World Stadium. Is that the Citrus Bowl, Shane?
Yes. The former, yes.
Former. How does it look now?
Known. What's that?
Did they update it?
To what? Yeah, they got bought out by them. The whatever that sponsorship was.
Camping World, whatever that is.
Yeah, the Camping World. Yep.
So did they upgrade that stadium? Because I remember it was like starting to get like kind of old, right?
Yeah, they did it in probably about 2010, 9, 10. I'm sorry. Yeah, it was right around there, like 2008, 2009, somewhere around there, because I was still with the Predators at the time, Orlando Predators. And while we had our practices, because we used to practice in there as well.
Right.
And we couldn't practice in the actual facility because of the them doing upgrades and different things like that.
Okay, cool. Then they have the Boca Raton Bowl, December 18th at FAU in Boca Raton. So the first one is the 20th possible. The second one's the 18th. I'm sure that's good. December, those are nice locations. So December 17th, Toyota Stadium in Frisco, Texas. The Frisco Bowl. I don't know who these be against. Then they have a wild listing. First Responder Bowl, January 3rd at Gerald J. Ford Stadium in Dallas, Texas. I don't think they're going to be a January Bowl, but unless that's
the first, Louisiana and University of Texas South. What is UTSA?
Yeah.
What is that? Tennessee. Who is that?
Who is what?
UTSA.
Yeah, Texas San Antonio.
Okay, that's what I figured it was.
Oh, they were saying that we might play them?
No. I was just saying. I was just looking at different things. They were saying. What did I just have up there? Let me see here. I just had it up and then I tried to get a different one because this one looks stupid.
Then I saw the New Mexico Bowl.
New Mexico. Wepa, amigo.
I've been to Albuquerque, New Mexico. I've seen that stadium. I've never been in it.
Yeah.
Albuquerque.
I've never been to Albuquerque.
Have you been there?
Never. Don't even know why I would ever go.
There is not many reasons to go, but I did go to a great casino.
I'm sure you did.
Right up Route 66.
Nice.
Get your kicks.
On Route 66.
And I stayed at Albuquerque. I was there. I don't remember I think at the time they were trying to get me to bring maybe my All-Star game there. I can't remember. But that's when Mike Loxley was there. Or I can't remember if he had just been fired, but he was there, I think, at the time. And so Albuquerque was an interesting place. Hotel I was in was nice. I got myself a couple of nice soft tacos. And
of course, no doubt, man.
I mean, why would I leave no doubt with that?
Hey, let me ask you this. When you eat hard tacos, are you a corn taco guy or flour? Or do you not even care?
Corn are the little ones that are a little more orange, right?
Yeah, they're the ones that yes.
Corn.
Yeah.
Aren't the soft tacos the flour ones?
Those are flour, yes, but they also have like hard ones that are like flour tacos.
Flour too? I don't think I've had those.
The corn, to me, I'm not a big corn taco guy. I'm sorry. The you can get soft tacos, corn and flour. The hard ones are just like what you get in those. Those shells? Are typically corn. Yeah, the shells.
Yeah, those are corn.
Exactly. Yep.
Okay.
but I'm more of a flour guy with the soft tacos, without a doubt.
I like both. Although I used to be a hard taco guy, but now I'm kind of maybe
Going
like,
soft,
yeah, going a little soft and older.
going a little soft,
Yeah. So.
like Jay-Z. No.
Yeah.
Hey, you know what I do though? I love what Taco Bell did with the that you can make at home, and they give you little kits, and you can put soft and a hard taco, and you put a little cheese in there and whatnot, melted cheese, that Philly cheese, like a Philly cheesesteak kind of, and then you get hard and soft.
Oh, that is good. Yeah. Yeah. There you go.
It's phenomenal.
And let's make sure. Oh, of course, I'm frozen again. Like, what is the dealio with this?
What is the deal with your thing?
All day I've been frozen, and it keeps happening. Anytime I switch between one thing and another, and I don't understand it. I can't figure it out, dude.
That's strange because does it happen to you often with other?
It's been happening a lot. It's been happening a lot lately. I don't know why.
Yeah, I was a little worried today with this because last night, and I'm sure you had, was it windy up there in Jersey?
It's really windy, and I'm going to pop right out. Hold on. You keep talking. I'm going to pop right out.
All right.
I'll pop right in.
Do you think? Yeah, I got to find out. I'm trying to look and see what the UConn, what do they have us predicted as far as playing what bowl games? Potential. That's interesting, but you good to go?
Yeah, I'm good. I'm sure I'll be frozen again at some point.
You started talking food, man, and
maybe
you got excited and Hey, so what is UConn? So that's what you were saying. I'm picking down I'm picking up what you're putting down, I should say. Yeah, you're saying Camping World Bowl, and then
they said maybe the Salute to Veterans Bowl at the Crampton Bowl in Montgomery. I've been there too.
Okay,
that place, and they redid it. It's it's December 14th. I don't know if that's a I mean, any of them will be good. It's just that you're probably, I don't know. Some of those early ones might be hard to get fans to it because
yeah, maybe
just because if you're not on winter break, you know who's gonna go. I mean,
well, I think we traveled well when it was when we were anything like Orlando. And to your point, though, I don't think a lot of people will be going right before Christmas because everybody's getting ready to go home and spend the holidays with their family.
Yep.
So it would be nice to do something like later on after that Christmas break, but I don't know. I mean, we traveled well to Alabama a few years back, many years ago, when we played. It wasn't in Montgomery, Alabama. It was in it's where NFL Europe has it's where Skip coaches right now.
Birmingham.
Yeah, the Birmingham Bowl.
That's where he plays. That's where they play. They play in the Crampton Bowl.
Yes, exactly.
That's where they have a lot of the state championships, I think, for Alabama.
Yeah.
High schools and stuff. It's in Mobile, I want to say.
Is it Mobile? Okay, I was thinking more of
Birmingham. No. I'm not. No, it's. Is it Mobile? No. Maybe it's Montgomery. Okay. It must be Montgomery. Why would I
was thinking
Birmingham. It is Montgomery.
But the only reason I was thinking Birmingham is because that's where I want to say, like the NFL Europe, we had our those are the offices, or that was like home base if you got a major injury and you had to leave Europe. That's where we went, and they've always had professional teams in Birmingham.
This is Montgomery. Have you been to Montgomery?
I have never been to Montgomery.
Birmingham? You've been to Birmingham?
Yeah, multiple times. Matter of fact, Birmingham's
bad.
Hey, they had when I was playing in the Deuce Arena 2 back in 2000, dude. They had the Birmingham Steel Dogs, and every time they scored, they would play "Who Let the Dogs Out?" Ooh.
Every time.
Every time, Dave. Let me tell you the final of that game. It was 80-79, and we lost. So think about how many times I had to hear that damn song.
Oh my God! Every time
it was something crazy, bro. It was like 80-70 something. It was ludicrous. It was ludicrous.
Where did you play? UAB Arena or?
I don't know, one of the smaller arenas in Birmingham. I don't even know which one it was. It was so dang long ago. It was 24 years ago. Oh my gosh.
I know. I've been to Birmingham a few times.
Yeah.
I've been to Montgomery. Montgomery's very nice, actually.
Yeah, I've never been to Montgomery.
Very nice. Smaller than Birmingham.
Yeah, I don't even think I've driven through Montgomery, to be honest.
There's probably no reason why you would.
Is that like Albuquerque? Yeah.
No, it's on. I think it's on the way to. Don't quote me on it. I'm not sure.
Yeah,
I want to say it's on. It's south.
Well, it is the Montgomery is the state capital, so I mean it's
nice. It's nice.
Kind of like Tallahassee, maybe. You know,
it's nicer than Tallahassee.
Yeah,
Tallahassee is what I would call fun.
Yeah, there's a lot of money, and I mean,
no, there is, but it's there's a lot of poverty too in Tallahassee. And not that there's anything wrong with people who are in poverty. There are areas that are, not,
but not in poverty.
Montgomery probably has that too. But Montgomery's downtown was pretty cool. It's on like a river.
Oh, okay.
And it was like, and they had like a pretty cool, like, it had like the older buildings, like from like from the olden days, but it was modernized. It was like very, very cool area. And then the
olden days, back when I was in 19.
The hotel was nice. The hotel I stayed in was nice.
No, they have a lot of money down there in Montgomery. Hey, that reminds me. You ever been to Milwaukee? Milwaukee?
Absolutely.
Dude, that's a beautiful. When you said it's on the river kind of thing, Milwaukee blew me away, man. I didn't realize it was that like beautiful of a place.
I liked Milwaukee. I was shocked by that. I liked
too.
I walked. It's not a huge downtown. I walked it. Although I didn't realize that it was as blistering cold at the time when I did walk it. It was a dumb move, but it wasn't that far. It wasn't that far. It wasn't that far. If it wasn't that cold, it wouldn't have been a big deal. But it was cool. Like they had cool restaurants and bars.
Yep.
They had a good mix of old and new. You're right. It was on the what was it on? Like a river?
It's on a little river walk. That's kind of what they did in Tampa now too. I don't know how recent you've been down in Tampa, but Tampa and Milwaukee or Tampa's obviously, I think, bigger, like at least the Tampa Bay area, but Tampa's changed a lot too.
Where's the river? Where's the river in Tampa?
The Hillsborough River goes into the bay, right downtown, and goes all the way up.
The harbor thing is, or no?
You're talking about where I used to live on Harbor Island.
But where's the river? Like I remember all the nice houses along the bay.
Oh, okay. This would be a great reference point for you.
Okay.
What's going on, Cully?
Hey, Shane.
But
hey, Dave.
You know where UT is? UT campus, University of Tampa campus down there in Tampa.
Yes, they have the little stadium, right?
Okay, I'm trying to keep. Well, no, this isn't PG.
No,
you had a good night a long time ago.
Yeah, I stayed on UT's campus.
Stayed on it and randomly showed up at the house at like 7 a.m. You're like, dude, I don't even know how I got back here.
UT girls are very friendly.
That is one nice way of putting it.
They're very friendly.
As USF girls are.
They enjoy
hospitality.
Yes.
They're very hospitable.
Very spelled. That's the place that had the stadium that but it's only for soccer. But the Tampa Bay Bucks used to play there, right?
Yes.
A long time ago. No.
Oh, okay.
They would practice there. NFL Europe would practice there too.
Sometimes.
Okay.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh my God, I used to love it there.
Dude, Steve, I don't even know how we got talking about all these little small cities and stuff.
We started with the bowl games.
Oh yeah, we started with bowl games, and we
I love
our way to.
I got laid in Tampa several times during NFL Europe.
But we were trying to keep it PG. Thank you.
I said laid. Nobody knows what that means.
Yeah, no one knows what that means.
Lay down on the pillow.
Let me explain something to you, Steve. So there are people that get in trouble because they do stuff, right?
You all right, Steve?
And then there are people that get themselves into trouble.
Yeah.
You would be in that latter category.
I think so.
That get themselves in trouble. Yes. So that would be you.
I'm sorry.
I don't want to ever, me nor Frank, nor Shane ever want to be blamed for possible troubles that you might have on podcasts because you probably bring it upon yourself.
Right, it's self-inflicted.
Self-inflicted wounds are not good wounds. Yeah. See, me and Shane were talking about it. We knew how to kind of massage and explain the same thing, let people's imaginations run wild.
And then I just jump into it.
You know,
we respect it, appreciate it.
Don't condone it. We appreciated the opposite sex enough, and that we don't want to come off as a misogynist. You, on the other hand, enjoy the word misogyny.
He said massage. Which, by the way, there are not a nice places to get massages in Tampa.
Massages. There are.
All you have to do is ask the Robert Kraft guy. He knows.
Well, Robert Kraft definitely knows a lot about massages.
Yes.
Robert
Kraft. Look at this guy.
All right, now the genius will come out. Now we know. Now we know. Now the IQ goes up at least 40.
Well, Bethany forbids me to smoke on her show, so.
Why would Bethany what?
Bethany forbids me from smoking on her show.
Well, you run a health show, so yeah, I would say that.
There might be a good reason not to smoke on that show.
A little investigation of the show and your background might lead people to not watch that show as much.
She forbids me. So, the first time I lit up a cigarette, she almost had a heart attack.
Oh, shit.
So she said, "You cannot smoke on my show." I'm like, okay, I won't do that.
But luckily, it's my house.
Only stopped smoking about 25 years ago. So football, even though it's my high school coach, our assistant high school coach, Mario Alley used to, when I was playing safety. Come here, David.
Oh, that's years ago.
This is 90s.
Yeah, you said that.
Yes, coach. That. Read the tight end.
Well, they used to.
You got deep thirds. If the tight end releases, it's a pass. This is how few plays people ran back then.
I know.
He puts his arm around you with the cigarette, and you're like,
yes, he would talk to me like that. He'd have his arm around me. I'd be like, am I gonna get burnt? God rest his soul. Great guy. I loved him. Yeah. He was our athletic director too.
They used to smoke cigarettes at halftime in the locker room.
Who did?
In the NFL, they used to smoke cigarettes in the locker room at halftime.
It's like who didn't back then, right?
They'd go for it.
Joe Namath just threw for 6 touchdowns, and he's lighting one up.
Sure.
Right. I didn't even look. Did you guys see? Did we sign anyone on signing day? On the early signing day?
Oh, that's a good question.
I didn't see any names.
That's a great question, man. I didn't
see. I didn't see it.
Let's see. UConn signs 12.
Oh, we did. Oh, that's good.
All you gotta do is type it in.
Yeah.
Well, is it on the website?
I didn't invent anything.
Oh, okay.
Damn it, you're a genius.
I was looking all day. I couldn't find it. So
all right, let's see. I'll give you the rundown. I really don't. Let me see if I know anything.
I wasn't sure.
Yeah, Dave, I'm sure you probably know about half of them.
No, not really. Not anymore.
Oh, I got to ask Dave about this coach.
Yes, I know one. Hill Greenlee. He works with me actually directly. Hill Greenlee's a lineman.
Hey, this Dominic Toy, he's probably really fast.
Hill Greenlee's 6'8", 6'7" lineman.
Oh wow.
We got a guy from Sweden.
What's up with them going to Europe?
So
They got the tight end from Germany.
Maryland, we got a guy who had 15.
We got a guy from Chaminade down there in Florida.
Florida
He's
that
probably
14
really
That's like a
fast.
pretty good class.
Yeah.
Pretty good
Good.
class.
Good.
Except the guy from no, I'm just kidding. Let me
The
shut
guy
up.
Well, no, I mean if they only sign 12,
Virginia Beach.
then there's
Guy from
probably
Waverly, New York.
Hey, then we've got some transfers.
they did announce transfers as well.
Yeah, 24.
Oh wow.
24.
Holy crap.
We did?
Yes.
Oh my god.
Indiana, Syracuse, Kentucky, Wisconsin. Somebody must. Oh, that was Nick Evers. Okay, that was probably last year then.
Okay.
That's why. Yeah, there's no way.
Yeah.
I'm tripping.
It hasn't been.
I am
it'll come
tripping.
out till next week.
Yeah, the transfer portal hasn't
I'm
opened.
tripping.
I know people have
Let's see
declared.
did any UConn guys.
I have not heard of
into the
any
transfer
declaring.
portal?
I have not heard of any declaring. I just hope. My biggest hope is that we keep all three running backs because that's most important. You got to keep the running backs and then the quarterback position.
You've got to keep the running backs, no doubt.
Yeah, I don't see anybody so far in the transfer portal. So.
And I think Moore has done a good job of keeping his guys there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's huge if we don't lose them because we are a fairly young team. If we get Nick Evers on the right track with the running backs we had, Skylar Bell returning, Josiah Gavings I think is returning. They could be very explosive on offense. I mean, if you look at the points per game, we were over 30, which is great. And we only had a couple defensive meltdowns, but otherwise the defense played great. But that's the area, Dave, you mentioned where, they need to get more athletes. They need to get more cover guys. They need to get,
absolutely,
bigger guys up front, especially to play the 3-3-5. And I posted Husky Huddle from the other day, and I credited Mac Brock, and I told him that I would eat a lot of crow for saying that the 3-3-5 would never work.
Who's Mac Brock?
Matt Brock's the DC.
Oh, Matt Brock.
Yeah.
Well, he is. He made it work, and he did a great job at it. And
no, he did he did make it work, and I never thought it would work, but he made it work, and the offensive coordinator is up for the Broyles Award, which makes me immediately want to go back and get into coaching because I think I could call a better offense than him, but he's going to be up for the Broyles Award, which is amazing.
Who's that? The UConn offense coordinator?
Yeah.
Well,
whose offense I despise.
I said I despise it because they don't line up in the eye.
No. Listen, will you stop with the eye? It's not the eye, okay?
All right, what's that eye?
No. It's in November, those games in November, in late October, at the Rent. You cannot throw the ball. We have always struggled to throw the ball. You can, but we've struggled to be successful in our passing game.
So what does that tell you then? What do you need to get?
A quarterback, obviously.
A quarterback if you can't throw in that.
Also, I think that
Shane, could you have thrown in it?
Shane threw in it.
No, he didn't throw in the Rent though. But you think you would have been able to throw in the Rent, Shane?
Shane is currently muted.
He is.
Or I can't hear him.
Yeah, you're right. He is muted, and I'm frozen.
And you're frozen.
This is one heck of a podcast today.
Shane, just try going out and coming back in if it's not working. Yeah, you're muted. Yeah.
And I'm frozen.
And you're frozen. All right. It's the Steve Cully Show coming to you live from New Hartford, New York. We are going to get live. We are going to get dirty. And we are going to do it all. Here we are. I have so much to say, so much to talk about. And I am thrilled that UConn has a signing class of 12. 12 stupendous players coming in to make a difference, to take us to the next level, the level where we belong, to show that the state of Connecticut cares and loves and believes in football. We are not a basketball state. Did you get all that, Dave?
I did get it. We're not a basketball state.
I said we're not always a basketball state. We cannot be considered just a basketball state. We have to show that we love football. And if we continue to win on this path, we will accomplish that. And we had a great run, and now we're starting another one. If you look at, I believe, 2022, 2023, 2024, okay? Now's the start. We have 3 in a row. There's Shane. Still can't hear Shane. Okay.
See, Shane, microphone issues. Yeah. Okay.
I'm trying to see.
Not us. Not our end. Yeah.
Just tell him if it doesn't work, Shane, just go on your phone.
Yeah, just go on your phone if it doesn't work.
Your phone works. Just go on the link to your phone.
Click on that. Oh, yeah.
But
no, we didn't mute you. It's
no,
we did not mute you.
We didn't mute you. No,
we didn't mute you. No, we did not mute you.
No, he just it's happened before. He just has to jump on his phone. If he jumps on his phone, it'll be fine.
You use your phone instead.
Oh my God! UConn's Mora tabbed FBS Independent / Pac-12 Coach of the Year.
What's that? I think it's 5 teams, dude.
I know. That's why I think it's funny that they threw the Pac-12 in there. So he's up there with the Notre Dame coach, the UMass coach that got fired, and the Pac-12, which is Oregon State and Washington State.
Pac-12 should have been like, no, we don't want to combine. We should just have our own coach of the year and choose from 2 schools.
Yeah, no, they should. They
like
should.
From a coach's standpoint, that's what you would like on your resume, right? You're like,
yeah, I was coach of the year.
Yeah, no one will ever know there's 2 teams.
Well, Dave, this is a little known fact that I don't even think you know. I was named UConn football MVP my senior year.
Wow.
Yeah.
Overall or offense or
overall?
Overall MVP.
Yeah, overall. I'll take a picture of the trophy.
So you're
it's not awesome because it was given to the entire senior class.
Wait, who was that? Edsel?
Yeah, Randy gave it to all of us.
How come we gave it to the whole class?
Because we were his first class. And we all played together and developed and took our lumps and made a difference. And we finished our careers. A lot of them going 9-3, against Phillip Rivers, Mario Williams, that NC State team, demolishing Wake Forest the last game of the year, being part of the win against Iowa State, who had Seneca Wallace and was ranked. There he is. Now you are muted, so you have to unmute yourself.
You have to unmute yourself.
Yeah, fuck you too. Okay, there.
I don't know what happened with that, Dave. Your negative energy with you.
No, it was my
Always-
fault.
My
It was-
negative energy?
Yeah, no, because your phone always. I mean, your laptop always.
Well,
it
I passed
freezing.
it on to you. I passed it on to you.
So I think you wanted somebody
Steve
else
got
to
us
be the
banned
problem.
when he used. Steve got us banned when he used the word lead.
You know, I didn't
It's
even know
all
what
good.
that.
YouTube got rid of us.
I didn't even know what that word meant. Just so you know, for a while, I had no
Wait, what?
idea what. I've heard. I used to hear people say "laid," but I didn't know what it meant. I had no idea when they would say I want to get laid.
YouTube dropped everything.
No, I didn't know what it meant. I don't know what laid means. I don't know how laid equates to copulation or fornication.
I think
Like
it means
what-
laying down, like laying down together, maybe.
I think so.
Oh,
yeah.
that's the genesis of it.
I think so.
Okay.
Yeah,
Well, I'm gonna. Well, Dave, you're the only one who has a master's degree, so you would know. We would have to have you look it up.
Sure. What is the genesis of lead?
Yeah, right.
Well, I mean, it's interesting. Like, if you're describing a intimate encounter, like, why would you say laid? Like that's what I don't understand.
Well, we used to also say the word. I used to in the '90s. We used to also say the word "duh." I don't know if that had anything that made any sense.
Oh, okay.
Remember the word
Yeah.
"duh"?
Yeah.
Yeah. So.
Yeah.
So what is the genesis behind
I'm trying to get like
I hate this with
getting laid?
Yeah, I wonder what is the origin? Okay,
Can't see
the
shit.
origin is did we lose Shane? Oh,
He's still trying to. Yeah, there he
I'm
is.
not trying to do anything. I'm just leaving my stuff right there. I have
Okay,
not
you're
touched
good.
anything all day.
Oh,
I'm trying to get back on the laptop too.
Are you connected to your
can't
Wi-Fi
research anything.
on your phone? Are you
all right. So
Absolutely.
listen, ready? Here it
Yeah.
is. It comes from the Everley brothel. It comes from the Everley brothel, a well-known. You know what?
Oh,
In Chicago in 1900, men would refer to it as getting everlaid, which was
Everlaid.
later shortened to getting laid.
That's
The sisters who ran the brothel
right.
had the last name was Everlay.
Oh, okay.
Right.
So actually,
it's
I
like
thought it
getting
was
moss.
I was wrong. So it actually comes from the name of somebody.
Everlaid. Okay.
Everlay was their name.
Yeah, it's like getting lost.
Right. Yeah, I don't know if that's when getting moss is pretty cool. I don't know if.
Well, getting laid is pretty cool too.
It can be.
I mean,
it can be.
They worked at a whorehouse, so that's what it was.
Shane,
Well,
Shane, let me ask you, because when I was in NFL Europe and we had games at Amsterdam, I happened to stumble upon the red light district. Did you ever stumble upon the red light district or no?
yes, I did.
Yes,
can y'all hear me okay?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah, but I'll tell you you can't not stumble across the red light.
No, you can't.
But the other ones, I'm going to tell you, Steve, in Germany.
There were great.
Some in Germany too that got overlooked. And the ones in Germany were not that I went to them all, but we walked around, and it was kind of funny though, because Steve, in Amsterdam, like you go down these little alleyways and whatnot, and then all of a sudden it opens up, and you just see these beautiful women, like
in the windows.
beautiful in the windows, right? Somewhat scantily clothed.
Scantily,
Yeah. And candidly clothed too. But so all of a sudden we started out with like a group. We had like a posse of like 10 to 12 guys with us, and then you turn around, then like you're like, yo, where'd those two
Where
guys
everyone go? Yeah.
Where did that person go? Where did that? Next thing you know, you only got like 3 or 4 of you, and then 45 minutes later, everybody like comes back and are hanging out. Like,
yeah,
you're like, okay,
yeah. I actually got thrown out of the red light district, just so you know.
jeez.
Yeah. So I went in to procure the services of one of the patrons there. No,
Man,
one of the women there, and so
one heck of a Husky Huddle.
We go up.
That's what I'm saying. This is gone.
It's a funny story.
It is.
We go upstairs
until it's not.
And she's immediately intimidated, obviously, because of my size.
Right.
Oh, wait. What size are we talking about now?
Not that one.
Oh, okay.
My normal size.
Your hands.
Yeah, not the other one. The other one's not overly impressive. But the so we're doing our thing, and we're on the cot, and I'm enjoying myself, and I happen to be, I make a few noises here and there, and she stops.
We're going a little too far now.
No, she wants to know if I'm okay. She's like, "Are you okay? What's wrong with you?" She's like, "Oh," I'm like, "Oh no," I'm like, "This is great. I'm having so much fun." She's like, "God, you sound like a wounded bear." It's like, "Oh, okay."
Bear.
Yes, she sound. My moans of ecstasy sounded like a wounded bear.
Oh
yes.
My goodness!
Oh,
hey, we got a segue.
And then shortly after that, the bed broke.
Oh,
the cot we were on was not obviously built to hold a 300.
I thought the story was funny enough when you just said a wounded bear.
That was funny, but breaking the cot was even funnier because it was like I set off a bomb. Because
I think that's
all
a
of a
humble
sudden,
brag right there. A little humble brag.
Security comes in. They're like, "What are you doing? Are you hurting her?" That like they threw me out. Basically, they wouldn't even let me get dressed. They were basically trying to throw me out naked. So so I got thrown out for breaking the bed in the red light district. So Dave, that is a short for you. That you will.
I think that short would be demonetized. So
there's nothing. I didn't say anything wrong. Wrong. I just said I got called a wounded bear, and I broke the cot.
In all seriousness,
your channel has been demonetized.
No, it's true.
So what game are we thinking the Huskies are going to potentially go to? We were talking about Steve before you got on here. We were talking about what's that?
I love you're trying to get the conversation. You've had enough of it.
We got to keep it moving, man. This turned into like a late night Husky Huddle.
If you were Brad Pitt, then
right, that would be one thing.
We might be drawing some more female viewers.
Yeah.
Right. Nobody wants to hear about my escapades. I get it.
No,
I enjoy them.
Yeah, it's not you, it's me. Okay.
Right.
Not you, it's me. It's like Seinfeld.
So I'm looking at this. I think going to it's got to be one of the Florida Bowls. Like they can't go to Detroit. They can't go to Detroit. That would be
traveled well up there, no?
Because it was the first bowl game we ever had. That's why we traveled well. I don't think anyone wants to go to Detroit on December 26th.
Well, I don't think anybody wants to live in Detroit.
Well, yeah, the people who live there aren't happy either. But
I'm kidding.
Their pro team's having a great year, though.
Yeah.
No, they have loyal fans and
people in Detroit. I don't want to get shot. Okay, I don't want to get jumped. I'm kidding. It's a great,
Shane,
great golf courses.
Did you meet my friend Terry McClowry?
I don't think so.
You know Uwe though? You met Uwe?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Uwe and I drove to the Motor City Bowl.
Okay.
And we got stopped at customs. I had a passport. He did not. Now, I had a beard, so I look like a full-on terrorist. Uwe is arguing with the customs guy because the customs guy was asking why he didn't have a passport. And he was like, well, I don't need one because at the time he didn't need one.
Right. Absolutely.
And so, of course, me being a wise ass, I said, well, he plays for the Buffalo Bills. He can do whatever he wants. So they had a roster of the Buffalo Bills.
Oh,
he was not on it because he was on the practice squad.
Right.
So they immediately thought we were being dishonest and lying, and they had us pull off to the side.
Yeah.
So we got detained at customs for about a good hour, and this guy who looked like Kojak, that Telly Savalle guy who was just bald, who had a trench coat on, and he came out and he's like, he was smoking a cigarette. He's like, boy, you boys are trouble. He's like, if I wanted to, I could keep you here for hours. I could keep you here for weeks, but I'm not going to. I'm going to let you be on your way. And you, go get your passport. You, shave your damn beard. And we departed Canada.
Amsterdam's story was
I'm going to give
better.
you a great story.
Amsterdam's story was much better.
I'm going to give you a great story, and Steve has inspired this story.
Oh, jeez.
So this story takes place in Cancun, Mexico.
Oh, jeez. I already know this one. I already know this one.
This is for Steve. Because
what happened to Husky Huddle? I guess we're huddling up and doing what we do.
We're entertaining. Hey, it's a mix of both. You got to entertain.
Did you not get the memo? It's Red Shirt Day on Husky
Huddle? I didn't get the memo.
I apologize. An NFL flag shirt.
So yeah, I want to hear this story again, man. This is a good one.
All right. So here's the story. So we're in a place.
Spring break.
You were at a resort, probably, right?
No, well, we're fast forwarding to where we're out at a place called Daddy Rocks.
Yeah,
Daddy-O's and Daddy Rocks next to each other back in the day. Now, Daddy Rocks was more like kind of like a rock and roll place, and Daddy-O's was a club.
I wasn't there with them.
Not
that year. I don't think. I wasn't there. I don't think that year.
You were not this one. Okay. Yeah. But Shane has participated. Anyway, so I'm out, and they like to, I was a different cat back then. So they like to squeeze the, the drinks into your
tequila and stuff. Right.
I don't know.
Yeah.
How they do that?
Yeah, we've all been there, I'm assuming. Like,
so,
they're
squeezing the drinks. I already probably had 9,000 drinks already at that point, but they're squeezing it in my mouth, and they're not getting it into my mouth. They're getting it all over my shirt.
They do it on purpose.
So at first I wasn't really upset about it. I was like, whatever. But then I really got the vibe that she was doing it on purpose. And that perturbed me. So I then proceeded to take my beer and throw it. As she was shooting it on me, I took my beer and I threw my beer on her.
Once he starts licking his lips,
he
starts looking sideways, and he's like, this mother, Go ahead with your story, because I can only imagine what your face was looking like now.
I was very calm because I was just trying to have a good time, and then it kept happening. At first, I just thought it was obviously an accident, But now it's like just shooting it on my shirt, So anyway,
give me a break.
She probably was drunk. So anyway, I mean, think back, it's obviously all ridiculous, but it was fun. So anyway, so we're basically, that was probably the end of it. And obviously, I didn't get any more drinks from her, and and I kind of moved on with my life, and was later on dancing in the same place with I like girls from the opposite sex, so
Well, I would hope so.
yes.
Well, girls are from the opposite sex.
That's correct.
So you like people from the opposite
Yes.
People
sex.
from the opposite sex, right?
Are you trying to insinuate I don't like people from the opposite sex? Is that what that
Didn't insinuate anything. I'm just saying. So I'm dancing with a girl, and really nothing's going on. Really, I'm just dancing, and I see people pointing at me. So I'm like, oh, and it wasn't just a girl. It was a girl. I didn't recognize who it was, but people are pointing at me, and a guy's looking at me too. And I'm like,
Oh.
Okay. So the guy comes over to me and says, "Is this a different Shane?"
Yes,
Okay.
this is me. Can you hear me?
He's trying to get back on his laptop, and it's not working.
No,
Just stay on your phone.
Just stay on your phone. So some guy comes up to me. Can't hear you, Shane, by the way. Okay, good. So the guy comes up to me and was like, "You need to apologize to this girl. You poured a beer on her." And
Was he American?
He was American.
Oh, it was. Okay.
It was a guy, people were out. And I said, "I apologize in this shit." You know what I mean? That's basically was my statement.
Well, you're from Jersey. Yeah, I wouldn't.
So I first of all, I didn't even know who it was. Obviously, so anyway, but as it's happening, I'm starting to think, oh, okay, the only sequence that there could have been any drama at all today was when the drinks were getting poured. But this was hours later. I'm like, we're not talking like
why
5 minutes later, like an hour and a half or so later, right? It wasn't like it was.
Why now?
Exactly. So I said to like the guys, I'm like, we're talking. The guys come over me. So nothing happens. There. So I'm like, all right, let's get out of here. Something's going to go down, but let's get out of here before it gets to be ridiculous.
Wow.
As I'm walking out, and I'm with another guy I play ball with, and as I'm walking out, and I think we had like 4 or 5 people with. As I'm walking out, someone taps me on my shoulder, and like, I just turn around. Big guy. I'm 6'1" at the time, 230. So, but he was a little taller than me. So he probably weighed about what I weighed, but he was a little taller than me. And he's like, goes into this whole like, blah, 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 blah. You need to apologize to her. Okay. And I'm like, oh, I'm like,
he wasn't with your group. He wasn't.
I'm
no idea who he is.
I'm not apologizing to anybody. Okay. So as I'm like in this face-to-face argument, one of the other guys I'm with comes out of the corner of my face, comes out of the, like, you know what I'm saying? Like a movie with a flying punch.
And drilled him.
It drills the guy. Yeah. But I saw it coming quickly. He did not, right? So as he comes in, I kind of just step back and he hits him flush. And as soon as he hits him, me and this other guy jump on top of him. And we are like pulverizing this guy. Okay? But he was not a small guy. He was a big guy. So we're pulverizing him. And
did he go down though? He went down from the punch?
Knock him through the glass of the club.
Yeah.
Literally, this story is crazy. It's long too.
It hasn't even
started
yet.
Through the goddamn glass?
Through the glass, like you see in the movies. Okay.
Oh,
he's halfway out, halfway on. And me and this other person, I'm not naming the person, but me and the other person are on top of him. Okay. And
I can't believe you're telling the story.
Yeah, we're at a point.
It's a good story.
We probably could have pushed him over, but we didn't. So we're like, so the person I'm with says, like as we're fighting him, like, let's just jump off and go. Like, it was like 2 stories.
Yeah.
It was a 20-foot drop. Like, definitely, like, if you don't hit it right, this person was wild. Okay. if you don't hit it right, you're definitely getting hurt. Okay.
Yes,
But let's
yes.
just go for it. I'm like, no effing way. I'm not jumping 20 feet out of a building. Okay. I just,
Through the goddamn glass.
so this guy, as we're kind of like hitting him and discussing it, we kind of let off our juice.
Yeah.
He, like Tarzan screams and like knocks us back and gets up, you know what I mean? Knocks us back. And like we're continuing. So now there's all his friends, and it's me and him that are fighting like 5 friends, and we're just cleaning this group up. And so we see a bunch of guys.
Federales.
Well, not federales, guys from the club.
Oh, like the security staff? Or
Yes.
Oh.
So we see those guys. We get out of there, and the guy I'm with had a great idea. My idea was terrible. He obviously had done this before. I had not.
Yeah, obviously.
So he was like, let's go to the beach. We get to the beach. We're gone. Okay.
You're gone into the night.
A bus was coming by. Like, let's hop on the bus. The bus will take us. We're gone. Unfortunately, he listened to me instead of me listening to him. So we hop on the bus.
No.
Those guys come.
No.
There's no way. Someone must have pointed this out because there's no way.
Oh my God.
They come around to the bus, and we're like hiding, and they see us, and we're like, ugh. So all these guys, like 10 of them, come and get us, bring us back into the club. They want us to pay for the damage.
Broken glass.
Yeah, for broken glass. And, they wanted like, I don't remember, like $500. So I'm like,
God.
I'm like, and back then it wasn't like
it's spring break. Yeah, we don't.
No, it was the card thing, the old school imprint.
Yeah.
The imprint.
Yeah.
So I was like, give them a bad card. So like,
they won't know.
College, you have plenty of bad cards that would not be able to be charged.
Yeah.
So I had one. He had one. We gave him bad cards. They tried to imprint it. You know what I mean? Obviously, we were going to be out of there.
Yeah, they don't run them immediately.
Run it 2-3 days later.
Yeah.
And so they got no money out of us, but they walk us out of the club. So we're like, no. Take us out the back. Okay, take us out the back. They tased my buddy because he's having a hard time.
Whoa.
Yeah, they tased him.
Did you say they tased him?
Yeah, they tased him. And they go, you want some? I said, no. I've already been tased in Mexico 2 years ago. Don't tase me.
You've been tased?
I was tased before, yeah. So
that's the story I thought you were going to tell.
No, this is a different
story. But you got dropped off.
This is a different story. That's an even better story. But this is the one I thought of. So they tase this person. Anyway, so now the other guy's like, take us to the back. No, you got to go out the front. We go out to front. We go out to the front, and there's cop cars waiting. The only person that is there that I knew who could help us is Pete Connolly's sister, and she says, I'll go get Pete, blah 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 blah, and I said, okay, great. So they take me and this other person in the car, and they try to shake us down. They're like, you could pay us, or you got to sit in this like cell thing for, I don't know, whatever it was.
Oh my God.
So I go and I'm like, here, take all my money. I don't know what I had. Like, 100 pesos. Just get me out of this.
Yeah.
The other person who I know has at least that amount of money gives him literally 10 pesos. Okay. And I know he's got another 90 in his pocket, gives him 10 pesos. So anyway, sitting in there. And as we're driving, so far, like this guy goes out, he gets on a call with somebody. They lock the doors. We couldn't get out. My buddy's like, I'm going to jump out into the road. I'm like, it's locked. So anyway, so he starts talking in Spanish, okay, to him. He knows Spanish decently well. I knew it okay. He starts talking Spanish. And I hear him saying, Colin Powell. You remember Colin Powell?
Yes, absolutely. Who doesn't?
So he goes, Colin Powell.
What do you mean?
I'm like, what are you saying? He's like, don't worry about it. We're going to be out of this in no time. I said,
Please,
okay.
you work for the government?
He's like, the guy's back. So he's like, Colin Powell, really? You know, like basically like in Spanish, like, really? He's like, Colin Powell, the Colin Powell, you know, El Colin Powell. He kept saying,
Yes, he sent us. You're
you're right. And so the guy goes, he calls into somebody, blah, 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 blah. Next thing I know, they pull us in the side of this area by a jungle. It's literally a jungle. And he tells us just to walk until I pull away. And we're like, all right. So we start walking. Story. Yeah, we start walking. We go about, I don't know, we probably walked about good 20, 25 yards into this jungle. Okay.
Do you have a shirt?
Do I have a shirt?
Is your shirt on at this point?
I don't know if I have a shirt at this point. No, I don't think either of us.
You probably didn't.
We probably didn't have shirts in the club. Okay.
Yeah.
So the guy I was with, I was built pretty good. The guy I was with looked like Tarzan himself.
Yeah,
okay.
Right,
so we go and he turns to me and he goes, man, this guy ain't following us. He's like, let's walk back. I'm like, all right. So we walk back. This time I'm listening to him because the first time I was wrong. So we walk back. We walk back. We get to the street. Nobody's there. We're like, we're good. So we go back to the hotel. We get changed. And then we go back out.
You went back out?
We went back out the rest of the night.
Oh my God.
It was a great night. But that is
the wrong place. You want to go to jail. You want to go to jail in Mexico.
Next year, that bar, so there was Daddy-O and Daddy Rocks. Daddy Rocks was gone. There was no more Daddy Rocks next year when I was there. There was just Daddy-O's. So we like to say that we were the ones that
you shut it down.
Shut down
Daddy Rocks, which probably isn't true. Probably a million of those incidents happened.
Definitely not true, but that's okay.
But yeah,
I can't believe that it was an American that caused the problem. That was,
like an American.
You need to apologize.
We're Americans, not Americans.
Yeah, it was Americans, and the reason we got pulled over, I think the guy at the time was said he was a police officer, and we were fighting, you know, and in Mexico it doesn't matter if the guy's a police officer, but probably knew how to get them.
There's so many wrong things being said right now. It's hilarious.
But it was, dude.
Colin Powell.
I don't know. I was 20 years old.
Yeah.
This is why I always say that, you know, it has to be hard for these guys if they get all this money. They're a lot more mature than I was. Believe me. I would have been at the club blowing every single dollar of it back then. You know?
Oh my God, I would too.
Dave, I would have shown up in practice and all. I would have done everything I was supposed to do in practice.
Hey, do you remember Take Back the Night? I can't say what it fully was. Do you remember that though?
Oh yeah, because
we never paid for a drink, but yet we still always had money.
That's right, tip jar.
Are you kidding me?
But listen. I mean, I'm an A citizen. I was an A citizen in America for the most part.
You know how to hustle. That's great.
Hey, we got to edit this one out. It's live though, so anybody seeing it.
Honestly,
Dave is a really good guy.
It's entertainment. That's why it said Coach Schuman's Sports and Entertainment.
But it was, there were some things we did. So if a guy messes up with NIL, I'm not.
You understand?
I understand.
Yeah.
Hey, listen, I came back to college one of those years. I had like mini dreads, okay, and it's the funniest ever. So I come back.
I was your hair. I was your barber.
You were my barber. I had like these mini dreads. I had because there was a couple times when it was kind of hip to shave all underneath and grow your hair out.
Right.
And it was
like a mullet. Yeah.
No, it was definitely not a mullet.
No, it was a jersey thing.
Oh, okay.
And the girls loved it. The girls loved it. I don't know why.
I made him up and I pull his hair up.
Oh, I know what you're
long
talking
hair,
about.
not long, but like this level. They
people like the guys on the Jersey Shore.
Only Jersey, only Jersey cats did it.
Yeah. So, although Jake Carrier did it better than anybody.
Yeah.
Wow. I always say to him, it's a shame that you don't have hair anymore because you did hair better than any. He had his hair.
Yeah.
His hair was like until he started to lose his hair. I guess when he was in his 30s, and then he started shaving it. And now he just looks like Dana White or
yes, he does.
he looks like Dana
Oh
White.
my God, he looks just like Dana
Yeah,
White.
and he's jacked too. Jay's jacked, even though he's 50.
And he still looks good though.
He's
I mean,
great shape, great shape. But it was a sad. I always asked him. I said, was it sad when you realized that great hair
you gotta
had?
let it go.
You asked him that.
He said I was sad for like a day, and then I just shaved it all off.
Yeah.
So, but he literally, this guy, like I did it pretty good. There was a few guys that did. DJ did it good. A couple of guys did it good, but he did it the best. He had it. He looked like he was like one of these European like
He was like
Fabio.
Prince, yes, from like the the 1500s, who like romance. He looked like one of these romancers.
Yes.
I'm serious. I'm serious when I say this. And the girls at UConn would have affirmed this. He looked like one of those people who would come up in from the romance novels. I'm not kidding.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
He looked like a guy from a romance novel.
He didn't even have to have any game, but he also had game. But he didn't.
No, he did have game, and it was one of the strangest games ever. But it worked.
Yeah.
But he was like out of a romance novel. So it's pretty fun. It was pretty funny. But anyway, they so I came back with these dreads from that hair. I had them dreaded up, and I come to practice the first day back, and I come out at 6 a.m. workouts or whatever. Come back because I remember they used to torture us when we come back from spring break for no reason.
Oh yeah, they always did. Yeah.
Absolutely.
All it did is that I basically partially hurt my quad. So my 40 was for pro day. I ran 4.66 at 2:35 for pro day. I would have ran. I shit you not. I would have ran 4.50, 4.51.
Yeah.
That's what kind of shape I was in. I was so pissed because I ran 4.66 because I couldn't really drive out of the start as good as I.
Well, yeah, you were wounded.
It drove me nuts. But I still was the fastest linebacker. But anyway, maybe it was lower 4.6. But the point of the story was, I come back into the locker room.
I love him.
Point of the story is I come back into the locker room. What's up? What's up? Yeah, what's up? Okay, hold on one second, Troy. So I come back and Nick Rapone pulls me aside. Okay, Nick Rapone was old school. Like now, granted, guys that were of a different complexion had dreads on our team, but when I had him, he was not. I don't know if this would be called profiling or anything, but he said to me,
we weren't allowed to have dreads though. They never had dreads. They had cornrows.
Oh yeah, well mine were like. I mean, I couldn't really get like dreads.
You weren't allowed to. Yeah, but you remember you weren't allowed to have anything.
Maybe you couldn't have. Maybe that's right. Maybe that's what it was. So anyway, so he goes, what you have on your head? He's like, that will be gone when I see you tomorrow. I said, no problem, sir.
Yes, sir.
Absolutely. Exactly. Next day, I probably had Shane do it. Just shaved the whole thing off, and I just had no hair.
Oh my God! Wow! All because of that.
Yep.
Nick.
Anyway, that was one of many stories. If one day I'll tell the other story, which is even better. But if I tell that one, then I might not.
You don't have to.
I might not ever get any sponsors.
That may be off.
You have to say. You have to save the material.
We should have. What's the big beer sponsor? Modelo, where they tell the story and the music in the background.
Yeah, you work hard in the off season, so you can be great during the season. Yeah. We can do a voiceover and everything, and we'll just pop in and have yourself part of the story.
Yeah, I should have Tyler come on. Tyler,
Tyler's got more stories than me.
That was a great pitch though to Modelo's.
Modelo, well, yeah, absolutely. Don't get caught.
So what about this though? Because I know Dave, you and I did our picks for like the conference championships.
Oh yeah.
Did you get Steve's at all? Like
we can
even go into like Southeastern, like who's gonna win the semis, who do we think's gonna win the all that kind of stuff. Because I have mine written down still. I know what I picked.
Yeah, I can tell you.
And that way I can change my picks if I want to.
I can tell you, Oregon is going to beat Texas for sure.
Hold on.
I agreed with that.
Let me go here. Let me go here with this.
I'm sorry. Oregon's going to beat Penn State.
That's what
Big
Dave
Ten.
said. I'm going with PSU because
No
I'm
way.
a Pennsylvania guy.
I know you
Absolutely, they will.
But James
I
Franklin
don't think
can't win the big
Oregon's
game.
that good.
They are.
They're
are
pretty
that
good. They're only 12-0, so they're okay.
They are that good. And James Franklin can't win the big game. I'm sorry.
All right, that's a good point there. Okay.
He can't. He can't win the big game. Oregon has too much firepower, and inviting them to the Big Ten was a monumental mistake for the Big Ten.
It was a genius move. So now you get West
None of the
Coast.
Big Ten teams are going to win.
Yes, they will.
Who's gonna beat Oregon?
Penn State.
Ohio State's not going to beat them. Penn State's not going to beat them.
The first game of the year, but they will.
Michigan's not going to beat them. I think
Oregon. Wisconsin lost to them by what? 2 points. Ohio State lost to them by 1 point the very first game of the year. I truly believe Penn State will win this game. Now, Penn State probably will get blown out by 40, but I think Penn State can win this game without a doubt.
I don't know what the spread is on it, but
which, by the way, AZ is still up there at Penn State.
Great guy. Oh.
Dave.
I just sat on my nuts. Yeah. Oh shit.
Okay. You mean the corn nuts?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
Georgia and Texas.
Yeah.
Now, this is tough because it's basically a home game for Georgia.
That's what I said. Yep.
I got to go with Georgia. I know Texas has been great and has had an incredible season, and this is their first year in the SEC. But Georgia, I like the. I do think Quinn is better than Carson Beck.
Yeah.
But I think Carson Beck will make less mistakes and will be a little bit more efficient.
Dave, you took Texas, right? I think.
Texas is playing who again?
Georgia.
Yes, I took Texas.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
like Ewers and I like Arch, and I said,
I do too.
I said, and Steve, you could probably respond to this. I said that I didn't think Georgia had enough truly explosive players, unlike the past where they've had a lot. They really rely on Carson Beck for a lot of it.
They don't. They're not like
they're
not nearly as explosive as they used to be.
But the other thing too, Steve, and to your point, and that's the thing I said to Dave, it's a home game for Georgia. They're going to buy every ticket.
Yeah, which I think is not fair. Yeah,
it's going to be an advantage. But I also think until you beat, just like you said with Penn State's coach, University of Georgia, man, dude, they have the staff there.
Kirby Smart. Yep.
I think not only Kirby, but I think the other coaches that he's kind of taken from Alabama and some other places, I think they're going to be prepped.
Staff maybe in the country.
I take Kirby over Steve Sarkisian. I really do. That's where the matchup is. I think Kirby will out scheme Steve, and that'll make the difference.
Steve
Sarkisian, the Texas coach.
You think he'll out scheme him?
I do. I think
he has the athletes on defense.
All the way around. I think he will have him out schemed. I think he will have him figure it out. I think they'll have a few wrinkles in, some new plays, some new sets, and I think they'll have him confused. I think they'll get a couple cheap touchdowns because that's what he does.
I would agree that
I think he's the advantage.
I would agree that Georgia does have some great schemers since their defensive coordinator, his name is Glenn Schuman, if you didn't know.
Okay. That's why.
The only other there's only been two Schuman. I'm sorry. There's 3 Schumans I've ever heard of in my whole entire athletic career. There's me. best of all Schuman.
Of
There's
course.
Glenn Schuman,
leader of Schu.
the Georgia defense coordinator, who obviously is phenomenal coach.
Right.
There's five. There's a Schuman, I think, that is the head coach of either one of those military schools, either Hargrave or I can't think of the one of those, those ones down in Virginia. I can't remember which one. And then there's two
Right.
others. Stacy Dale Schuman.
That's
Remember
true.
Stacey
Yeah.
Dales?
Yeah, of course.
But she divorced the Schumann, so she's just Stacy Dales again.
Stacey Dales, yes.
And then once there was a tight end for Boise State, his name was Schumann. That's the only one I can.
Okay.
And then the only other one at unsports related is a guy who won Jeopardy a bunch of times. I think his last name was Schumann. You would guess
That's why you're so smart.
You kind of would guess that we would be good at that.
That's why you're so smart. SMU and Clemson. If Clemson wins, that's going to screw a lot of things up.
What about? I'm sorry. What about Notre Dame USC?
Notre Dame destroyed UFC last week.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Yep. I would love to see Clemson win because I want to see Miami get in. If Miami gets in, I think Miami could go on a run and win the whole damn thing.
I took SMU on that one. Who'd you take?
Yeah, I'm taking SMU too.
Okay.
But I would love to see Clemson win.
Yeah,
I would love to see Clemson win only because Miami or South Carolina could end up getting in if Clemson wins.
I hope Miami doesn't. I don't think they're playing well right now. The last few weeks.
Yeah, they shouldn't have lost to
not
Syracuse.
playing well.
But I overall, Cam Ward in Miami, I think if they get hot, they go on a run, they get a home playoff game. Like I go with them all the way. The Big 12, I think, is a joke. Arizona State and Iowa State.
Yeah.
Kudos to Iowa State for having a good year. They've struggled for a long time. Arizona State was hot and then they cooled down.
Agreed.
I would go with Arizona State here.
Okay. I'm going Iowa State on that one.
Yeah, I love Iowa State's coach.
I think if they can, to Dave's point, like run the ball, control the ball, they'll win that game.
Yeah. I mean, listen, they're both ranked very closely. They're both talent-wise very similar. Arizona State came out on fire, and they cooled off the last few games. But I think if they get back on track here, and with their passing game, they throw very good. They have a very good quick game,
right?
And I think if they do that, they'll get the Iowa State defense to step up, and then they'll be able to go deep and go over the top of them. And Iowa State secondary is very good. They rank second in completion rate allowed. So it's only 52% their opponents complete their completion percentage on.
Yeah.
And they have two very good corners, and they have two good safeties. But their offense is very poor. They're ranked 97th in success rate and gain 0 or fewer yards 32% of the time. So, and they're very predictable. They run the ball early, first and second down, they run the ball.
Yeah.
And then they go 3 and out 20% of the time. So
they are the only team though with 2,000-yard receivers in the country. And
they are. No, they are because they've been behind the sticks so much because they don't run the ball well.
Which is weird because Iowa State typically comes with a lot of. They usually have those hogs up front, and they usually do create good second down opportunities. But I hear you though.
The game that I think is most interesting is UNLV and Boise State.
Yeah.
UNLV was off to such a great start. Boise State, people don't think they deserve to be in the playoffs. They have probably one of the leaders for the Heisman Trophy candidate, and Ashton Jeanty.
Yeah.
I think
Janky.
he's incredible. So I think with him, I think that he is going to be the difference maker. UNLV's quarterback, Malik Williams, has done well, but I thought Matthew Saluka. I recruited him at Holy Cross. I think he was the better guy, and losing him, really was a big loss for UNLV, because they were one win away. If they had beaten Syracuse, I think they could have gone unbeaten. I really do. And then, the group of five,
Right.
Conference USA, Western Kentucky, and Jacksonville State don't really care.
You still got to pick.
If I'm going to pick one, I'll go with Jacksonville State just because they're from Florida. I don't know anything about either. The one I do like is the AAC. Tulane I like, and Army I like both of them.
Yeah.
And I'm going with Army just because I would love to see Army win the conference.
Yeah. I went with Army and I went with Western Kentucky just because Western Kentucky, they've won big games in the past.
They have, yes. They've upset people. They've won big games in the past, 100%. The MAC, again, don't care. It's Miami of Ohio versus Ohio University.
Right.
So, I mean, I have no idea. I haven't seen either of them play.
They're going to be carpooling together with both teams.
They probably will
like
be.
in Pop Warner.
They'll drop each other off.
Yeah.
Yes.
Absolutely.
The FCS is interesting. Lehigh, the head coach at Lehigh was my quarterback in Pop Warner football. So it'd be great to see Lehigh win. Lehigh's playing Idaho. So I'd love to see that happen.
Is Idaho still good? I guess they're still good, I guess.
Yeah, Idaho's good. Idaho dropped down.
They were Division I at one point.
They were. Idaho was Division I, and they dropped down.
Were.
Yeah, they dropped down to FCS because of finances. Because of finances. But I love Lehigh because, like I said, their coach was my quarterback in Pop Warner for many years.
Again, Lehigh's, that Lehigh area, I love it. In the mountains up there in PA.
Yeah, Lehigh Lafayette. So it'll be interesting to see. And then obviously next week is the Army-Navy game, which I love. I love the Army-Navy game. I've never been to one, and that is my dream to go to one and experience it.
Well, that's Dave. Weren't we talking about that being soon?
It's next week. It's next week.
Because tonight is the Army's conference championship.
Yeah, which I can't wait to watch. Yeah, Army and Tulane. I hope Army wins. And then,
I was thinking of driving up for that.
Is it at Giant Stadium or
no? It's at Mikey Stadium.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's at 6 p.m.
Wow, I
Have
didn't
you ever
know
been
that.
to a game there?
Yes. Yep.
I mean, am I frozen again? What?
Yes, you're frozen again. It's fine.
Now I got a duh face on.
Yeah, you do.
That's okay. How you can see that you're frozen?
Hey, that's what we typically see when we see you. Is right there.
Is that your O? Is that your O face?
Oh, that's my O face. Oh.
But the playoffs, it's going to be interesting to see how it sorts out.
Yes.
Who ends up getting in? Everyone's complaining that there was. I don't remember the athletic director that said no group of 5 schools should get in. But I hope that's why I hope that if Boise State can win, Boise State will be in. If they're ranked ahead of the Big 12 champion, which is Arizona State, if they win, Boise State will get a home game. and that's what they were complaining about.
Yeah, and I kind of understand that, but hey, you can only beat the teams that are put in front of you.
No, you're right. You can't. I
And
agree.
I know that's an old saying now; it's worn out. But what are you going to do? Not win those games? Yeah, you're going to win those games, and you're going to have a Heisman candidate who obviously is going to be in second place. They've talked about that. Like, Travis Hunter is going to. He should walk away with this, Steve. So
it's the same thing with UConn. We don't know where UConn's going to end up and who they're going to end up playing, but we will soon because they're going to be playing in December. So there's only a couple weeks left. They may only have a week to get ready. So,
but the other thing too, though, is they put some of the shittier bowl games are in January now too.
Oh, they are.
I
didn't know that. Okay.
Yeah, they have some that are, I don't want to say shitty, but
or after
bowl games.
New Year's.
You know what I mean?
Okay.
Like not big time bowl games. Those are in January now too, and
I would rather have that than have UConn play in mid-December or after Christmas shortly.
That's what Dave and I were saying too. Is
because I it's important
who's
for us to
travel?
go. Yeah, we have to travel. It's important for us to go. It's important for us to show that we support football, and that's what's going to be the difference to help us get into one of those conferences.
I agree.
And I hope that Florida State and Clemson win their lawsuit and they go to the SEC, and that opens a spot for us in the ACC because I think they'd be crazy not to take us.
Yeah.
I think they'd be crazy not to take us.
Yeah.
So, but that's my feeling. So we covered a lot. That was good stuff. And then Tyler's excited because UFC's on tonight. There's a UFC pay-per-view. We'll get to watch that.
Yeah.
Tyler will have a
watch UFC.
I love UFC. The only issue is it's late. Well, no, I mean the problem is they show it doesn't start until 10 o'clock at night.
Yeah, it's like anything. It's like boxing. Like they have so many different events prior to because they're trying to promote these guys and get them out there.
Yeah, right.
By the time the main event starts, it's we're getting older.
Exactly. Exactly.
Did we just we went for an hour and a half already?
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. Dave, I'm going to send you. There's a couple of good shorts that I have that I'll send over to you if you want to put them up. They're pretty funny. Well, you did them from the Husky Hoops, the one where I tell Joe how I fell getting coffee. That was pretty funny.
I think I put them. I haven't.
Oh, okay, good. I got a lot of views on Facebook from that one.
I have it in the queue. So
okay, beautiful.
So I don't know if it's today or tomorrow, but I do a couple each day.
No, it's good. The viewership is really good. Like I mean, everything on Twitter has been huge. Twitter has ended up the bigger platform.
Yeah, Dave, you were saying that the other day. Like you just wish somehow to get paid through Twitter, but they don't.
But I think with our combined viewership, if you combine the viewership we have from Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube and Twitter, it's enormous, and that is the selling point, and that's where we'll be able to get the sponsors that we're talking to. So that's what's exciting. Everything's growing. Kevin Freeman called me again today. He's super excited. So we'll see how everything goes, and
it is good, man.
We'll see. Yeah, we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens with UConn and where we go, and how we travel, and UConn basketball. And I'll try not to upset Joe D anymore. Joe D.
You upset him. What'd you do?
Oh,
I was 15 minutes late.
Oh, geez.
Yeah, he wasn't.
This is another doozy, by the way.
He wasn't happy. He wasn't happy with me. So
No, he takes that stuff serious, man.
well, no, listen, he's a pro. I agree with him. It was my fault. It
Yeah.
was my fault. I didn't send him the link, and I was late. So
Yeah.
it was 100% my fault.
I'm,
But
I'm,
it won't happen again. I apologized. I messaged him and apologized. He accepted it. So we're good. We're good.
Yeah. I got to still have him plugging me, man. Is like one of the top 2 quarterbacks.
He loves you.
You're number one.
You can't screw it up.
You're number one.
Oh,
only one quarterback won 10 games.
But
won 10 games.
See, I thought they did.
Nice guy, Shane.
What's that?
Nice guy, Shane.
Nice guy.
Only guy who won 10 games.
Dude, I have not heard that forever.
I'm the one that coined it.
Yeah, I guess Nora told you that, right? He's such a nice guy.
The nice guy, Shane. He uses those nice guy tactics.
Yeah, you got to know your game, man.
Yeah,
that's one of the best things about growing is know your weaknesses, know your strengths.
I don't think I figured out my weaknesses yet. I gotta figure it out.
There it is.
That is my weakness.
Huh?
So
I haven't figured it out. I gotta figure it out.
Yeah, exactly.
That is my weakness. All right.
We'll have
We're way over your head here. We're way over.
We'll have more information on Monday, and the content is just so good, and people love us, and you just can't entertain enough.
Steve, I gotta tell you something funny before you
go
into your serious tie tried there. Your lighting, the way your lighting is set up, I feel like you're in a VFW, and I'm waiting for an old war vet here.
Especially with the smoke. With him smoking a cigarette.
I feel like you're in a VFW.
I had
over. Like, Steve, here's your bud.
I had a professional come over and redecorate for me.
Hey, we gotta hurry up and get off because bingo's about to start.
Listen. I had a redecorator come over and say, "I'm sick of looking at your grandma's china." So they set up a room for me, and it looks semi-professional.
I like the stuff in the background. You and Shane have that.
Yeah.
I don't know where the hell I left mine. I don't know where mine is.
Dude,
I don't like the lighting. Okay.
Every day.
No, it's the paneling. It's not the lighting. The lighting.
Oh, it's the brown paneling.
Lighting makes it better. It enhances the VFW look. But it's the paneling.
Yeah.
The paneling.
All right, I'm gonna paint the.
No, you should leave it because I feel like you.
That's your brand.
You should have.
I'm gonna paint it green.
Your boy Blue come over, bring you a beer.
My boy Blue.
Yeah, my boy Blue come over. And just coincidentally, just show up in the background, tap you on the shoulder with a cigarette and like a Modelo. Hey, Modelo again.
You think your career is gone
and
over. You still have one more play left.
And you think yes, exactly. Just when you think you can't do anymore.
You
Inspiration.
More play.
Modelo.
That's why you drink Modelo.
Yeah.
You're absolutely right. So wow. Another banner episode of Husky Huddle. Coming from Bethany's podcast to this was quite a transition.
We and Shane together are believe me, complete lunatic characters.
Well, yeah, the red light district.
The things that are going on. Watch so mmany damn of the same cable movies over and over again.
Yes.
In the 90s. More. We watch Wedding Crashers. We watch all these movies, man.
Yeah, I hear you.
Yeah. Remember what's that one movie real quick? Remember it was a Saturday and we were up there. I think it was maybe during the summer or spring, and they had like keychains or whatever, and it was called something.
The game.
And we made a game out of the game.
It was a great movie.
That's a story for another time too.
Oh yeah. Poor
Well, that's
Jamal.
good. That's good.
Jamal Davis was a graduate assistant at the time, and he was just trying to have a couple of beers low key, get away from, because he was only
that's right.
removed, right? He was a GA when you were a senior, I think.
Yes.
Yep. And he was low key come over to hang out with me and just try to get away. And I remember that day he walked out there like, I don't know if I can come here anymore. I can't wait just to hang out and get away from everything where nobody could see me having a couple of drinks and I'm walking out of here like, what the hell?
Walden.
Oh, we'll have some good information to talk about on Monday. That's for sure. That'll be fun. Right. That'll be fun. So I wasn't here for the opening of Husky Huddle.
There was an opening. I was eating my oatmeal.
That was the opening.
I was talking about possible bowl scenarios.
Yeah. Well, we should know something this weekend from what I've heard. So we'll hear something this weekend. We'll have something to look forward to and talk about. So for the GOAT himself, the UConn legendary quarterback Shane Stafford, and also my co-host in Festivus, Steve Cully's Festivus of Sports. It's doing phenomenal. And Dave Schuman, Coach Schuman, the next greatest influencer. Go to Coach Schuman's Sports and Entertainment YouTube channel. Smash that subscribe button. Get us to 2 million. That's what we're going for. You will not get better coverage of UConn athletics. You will not get entertained more anywhere else than Dave Schuman's YouTube channel. Go to it, subscribe, live, love, and laugh. And remember, when life gives you lemons, don't make lemonade. Take 2 oranges and throw them back at life.